The doctor is in. Don't scream. Don't move. Stay tuned.
Grandma Lynch. Hello, Slim. How are you doing? And then, in a little voice, And then Mama, she'd ask, and then and each of them got a tape. She sent it to the girls up in the States, her children. And each of them got a tape. And Mama played this for me. And I said, Lord, I've never known it was Grandma. But a little Trinidadian accent, but perfect English, And so Slim, tell me, what have you been doing with yourself? Daddy was so good. Well, all of them were, but Daddy was such a loving soul. Didn't have an enemy in the world. And he would bring, because Daddy had land up in the hills in Trinidad, and he had an orchard, and had all kind of fruit and stuff. And he would go up there with Leonard, which was a gardener, and big thing of bananas hanging, big thing like this for Grandma, and pumpkin and all kind of business up in there. Fruit, oranges and limes and grapefruit, and he'd bring down and take it to Grandma, And when I left Trinidad, I gave my grandmother my washing machine, which was, nobody had washing machines.
Remember
had
the one
washers.
that you put the clothes through the wooden thing and you
No, you
turned
had washers. The washers had scrubbing boards.
No, I remember the one
And
in
they were-
Tell them about your freebie.
Oh, I have to tell you about my freebie sitting there. I went to Steinmart about 4 days ago.
Really?
Well, I went there earlier in the week, and I don't remember what I went in there for. I went to look for something, and they didn't have it, and I just wandered around the store and walked out. And I saw this ice container. I thought, that's a nice thing, but I didn't have monies on me.
For wines?
I'll come back and look at that one of these days. So this week, I thought, I'm going in there before all of these things are gone. They don't bring them out all year long. And Steinmart, when they have one thing, they don't reorder that same thing again. So I went in there, and they had 3 left, one inside the other. And I picked it up, and it was $19.95, which is $10 to $20. So if I had a $20 bill, I thought, I'll buy this.
What's that?
Because I'm not going to have room in my refrigerator to put wine. I have food in there for our party, Christmas Day, that has to be in the refrigerator so I can take out and put in the oven. Then I'm going to have all these meats and stuff left over. And I don't have room for
You
that.
need anything in my house to keep?
I don't know.
Put in my fridge?
I'll have to see, but I don't think so, because this is why I don't want wine in there. So I go in there and I go up to the counter, and there's this colored woman. The cashier was colored woman, and here's this other colored woman, and she's arguing with the cashier over something that she has brought back and did not get the credit she thought that she should get. Well, she forgot to bring 2 other items that were on this, and didn't add that in for the
bill.
for the refund. And they told her, well, you only get so and so, and they
And she
explained
wanted
it
to
to
argue
her.
about it.
And she wanted to see the manager. In the meantime, I'm standing up there waiting to be served. I'm coming to you. And finally, I turned around because the cashier told me, she said, this colored woman, when they get up there like that and they think they're God's gift of humanity, she thought that she could
Just walk in and do it.
And to heck with who's in line back there making a commotion up there. So I told the girl, can you do mine? I mean, you're waiting for this woman.
For
Let
how
her
long
stand
now?
there and wait and keep serving the rest of us. So she said, do you have a mark off? I said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, well,
Scratch off.
scratch offs. I saw these two things on the counter. So I said, well, here's something. She said, no, those are the Well, one of them was $5, the other one was $2 marked off that you could get towards your bill to take off. So here comes this woman with a box about this big with all these in it. And I said, oh, picked up one. Well, it happened to be two. So I took the other one and I put it back down, not open it, just put it back down. And I get this one and I stand there and I scratch it off and it's $25 off.
Oh, nice. Oh.
More than what I was buying.
Mm.
So I got my thing free.
Free.
The manager came over there and she said, free, because she's over there for that woman.
Oh, I see.
I said, you see, if you're nice to people and you're not taking up, you might have gotten something
You
free.
might have found
Because
it
they were
free.
doing this all over the store.
Mm-hmm.
They scratch off.
Uh-huh.
And because the car, and I know it was a lie, the car isn't working properly or some cock and bull story. And I know Peggy loves Christmas. She said, Al doesn't care less about Christmas. So I said, I'm coming to get you. So I got in my car and I went and got her, brought her here. And she spent the night, and I took her home the next day. And she loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But and she stopped putting up Christmas tree, and she was like me, she loved to do.
Mm-hmm.
And after the children got older and they got married and all that, and they didn't come for Christmas anymore, she gave Deborah all of the Christmas tree, all the ornaments, everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She said, I put a little stupidness on the door and that's all I have
Mm-hmm.
on the outside. And Al could care less.
Mm-hmm. We always like that.
He's just a peculiar bird, according to Dad. He's a peculiar bird. But Daddy told him, because he heard him holler at Peggy one time before they got married. And Daddy took him aside, Mama told me about this, and rimmed him up one side and down the other, and told him, the day you put your hand on my daughter, or I hear about you abusing her in any way, you're a dead man.
That's pretty strong talk.
Was he peculiar way back even in the beginning?
Dave met him first, and Dave was just a little boy, and he went up to the club, I don't know what for, and he came home and he told me, I met a man today in the club, very, very funny, weird guy, Mom told Mommy, and Mommy and Daddy couldn't figure out who this guy was, because he had just come down there, bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
And Daddy started in the office trying to find out who the heck this guy was. Finally, it turned into Al Cornish. And he's been a queer bird since then, but his mother was like that.
Right.
Not the father, but his mother. I met her, and she tried to put on the dog for me. I heard enough of this woman from Peggy, all the bragging and boasting. I thought, is that right? I went to an apartment in New Jersey. Ian, what are you doing with that?
Nothing.
It's being taped the whole time, and then you can put it on the TV camera, or
Oh.
put it on the internet, on MySpace.
Don't dare do that.
No.
And then he puts it on the computer and everybody sees you.
Oh, Lord.
On Spiky. Just now we'd be all astronauted. We're going to discover the new world. I got
those
to do.
battery Santa Clauses work?
What's that?
I don't know. Some of them work, some of them need new batteries.
I think the,
But everybody has seen them, honey, so we're not getting up
I
there to
think
get
the
them.
Gator guy works. I think the saxophone guy gave
Well,
out
they need new batteries, and I'm not getting up there to get them. They stood on the bar every Christmas, and everybody heard them. Well, now they're retired, and gone higher up. She has her head tied so the hair won't move, and her apron on, and she's vacuuming, and she's got on high heels. She always wore high heels. Even cooking
All dressed
in the
up
house,
every day.
always with hose. And you bought your hose and did them here,
The hook.
type of thing.
I remember those.
Some of them would do it here. Turn it around like this and push it in here. Oh, God.
With elastic rod.
Even in the summertime.
Pulling it up.
But, you know, it was good living. You know, it was just,
good.
it was good living, good, no trying to put on the doll, you know. Aunt Lois would come over in her big station wagon, and Aunt Dalton would go with her, and they'd go shop. I remember one time they had this Piggly Wiggly up the road, and Aunt Delta walked to Piggly Wiggly and bought her groceries for the day. Every day she'd go up to Piggly Wiggly and buy whatever she was having that night. And I'd go with her. And I remember seeing, when I got in there, and Aunt Lois we were with Aunt Lois, and we went to Piggly Wiggly, and I'm just roaming around in there. Looking, I mean, I'm a young girl. And I remember calling out clear across the store, Aunt Delta, here are Uncle Ewan's nuts.
Oh no.
And Aunt Lois and Aunt Delta almost died. Well, they were nuts. I'm not thinking of balls. You know, they're here. Uncle Ewan's nuts are here. Helen, watch. And I said, why there, Aunt Lois? I'm not innocent. And then finally they started laughing about it, you know. Thought it was the cutest thing. Aunt Lois, oh, that was the cutest thing. But
I will be with you until